So what is Avere? What do we provide? So Avere is a NAS solution, first and foremost. We've been around since 2008, and it provides a familiar NFS and CIFS interface to customers' data. But specifically, we've been working on what we call the Avere hybrid cloud. And this solution really does help customers with their ever-growing unstructured data needs, both on-premise and in the cloud. And that's one of the key pieces. Is many customers are looking to get past, the traditional scenario where you have the on-premise compute and on-premise storage, and they really want to leverage cloud computing and cloud storage. And so what Avere allows you to do is leverage on-premise NAS, accelerate it, and also start to bring in public object as a storage platform behind Avere and still present NFS and CIFS, so your applications don't have to change. It's a key piece, as many people are moving applications to object interface or a REST interface. Still, there are many that are just traditional NFS and CIFS. And so now with Avere, you can leverage the public cloud as a method to store data and put data off-prem as the growth needs come. Additionally, we now provide Avere what we call a VFXT or virtual FXT, and this is the same technology that's used in our physical product, but is also used now in the cloud. So we've ported Avere's software into the cloud, and it allows you to run a scalable, secure, highly resilient NFS and CIFS solution in the cloud so that your compute instances who are using traditional protocols can get a higher performance, highly scalable, secure access to data, whether on-prem or in the cloud. So it's really bridging that gap to the cloud. Additionally, we provide some Onramp features. These are really nice. What it does is it has customers connect to Avere like any traditional NAS, but in the background, we can move content from on-prem to off-prem or on-prem NAS to on-prem object live. And that's the key piece. So nobody needs to stop reading and writing and take 2 weeks off while we move a bunch of data. Simply clients mount Avere, and Avere in the background does the work. All live applications continue on. We also have this concept of Flash Mirror. It's great for disaster recovery, where in the past maybe you haven't had the ability to have a secondary copy of your data. Avere can take data from really any source and mirror it into the public cloud. Really allows you some real flexibility and benefit as you're requiring data to be moved off-site for disaster purposes or even for purposes of doing analysis in the cloud. You can move it up into the cloud and then do analysis on it there. So really great on-ramp features. So oftentimes people are asking, what is this? How does it work? How have you done this? And the Avere tiering and clustering is really a great piece of technology in the product. It's been around since the inception of the company in 2008. And in a nutshell, we know what's busy. We watch the access patterns of the data and move those from those access patterns, move the data into the proper tier storage, whether that's on your nearline NAS or object, or we'll move it up into solid state, disk, SAS, or RAM, always providing the best performance, low latent access. And it's really efficient at doing this. And additionally, it does it without any FTE. No customer needs to get involved. No FTE needs to do any work. No administrator needs to click keys. It's all automated. It's all our intellectual properties, algorithms under the covers, moving content as needed. It really, a lot of customers just kind of describe it as a refrigerator. Plug it in, turn it on, it learns, and everything's better and everything's faster, rather than having to go in and forklift upgrade and add new stuff in or click keys to move content around. So it's a really great piece of technology. It's not a bolt-on. It's been there since the beginning. Just going to go over a few use cases here. This is some genomic analysis scenarios where customers have, in this case, H3 has decided that it really would like to do its computational load in the cloud. So what we've done is we've put Avere in the cloud, and we're just stretching across the pipe into the cloud and caching the data sets in the cloud so the customer can simply spin up as many compute hosts as they want, and they no longer have to buy hardware and CapEx it down. They're always on the newest, latest, and greatest hardware, and Avere has done a really great job of shrinking that WAN latency from 17 milliseconds down to about an average of 3. It's really an enabler, much less hardware on-prem, and they can get back to doing research versus having to be a technology and IT provider. They can just leverage the much better cloud tools that are out there.